Man, y'all be a part of the buffet, boys. Shout out SoLo D. Shout out to DWA. Let's eat.
Yo, SoLo. You know they been saying you gotta make a hit squad part 2. But you know, man, we hungry this time, man. We gotta eat this time.
Back in the beast mode, MC was trying to rap up the East Coast. Take shots, fall back, then reload. Get the powder, time to slap up these foes. Anytime we hit the field, then we must play. Any boys going hard, man, I must say. Trying to stay on one route like the busway. Trying to eat teams up like a buffet. Eat the offense like a buffet. Eat the quarterback like a buffet. Eat the running back like a buffet. Eat the wide receiver like a buffet. Eat the O-line like a buffet. Eat the coach up like a buffet. Eat the fan base like a buffet. Stay on one route like the busway. I say and not quote. Go hard or go home is the motto. A pick or a sack is the lotto. Let's cook them like Emerald Lagasso. My bad, Lagasse. He going south, that is not me. Hungry for greatness, so I eat. Stay in my zone like a Bobby. Jumping off the edge like E and Shaq. Straight pressure, never even back. Protection on the way you gon' get wins. Split through the middle like Wilkins. Got some backers on the back that's gon' back me up. Straight action, we be acting up. Tell Coach Drop his best plan, but it still get snatched by X-Man. Cause we back in the beast mode. AFC was trying to rap up the East Coast. Take shots, fall back, then reload. Get the powder, time to slap up these foes. Anytime we hit the field, then we must play. Any boys going hard, man, I must say. Trying to stay on one route like the busway. Trying to eat teams up like a buffet. Eat the offense like a buffet. Eat the quarterback like a buffet. Eat the running back like a buffet. Eat the wide receiver like a buffet. Eat the O-line like a buffet. Eat the coach up like a buffet. Eat the fan base like a buffet. Stay on one route like a buffet.
Eating like a buffet, it be a long day. We ain't gon' play. Yeah, them boys green, no subway. Pick the ball off X and BJ. I don't care about what he and she say. That's nonsense. Check the replay. I work overnight and it's early morning, but I'm turned up cause it's game day. They don't really want it with your boy. O-line really get destroyed. Ex-Patriot, Cal Van Noy. Put him on his butt, hurt hemorrhoids. What's a grown man to a boy? Jam him at the line, dare you to throw it. Disciplined coach Brian Flores. Never getting routed to the boys. Fans better pay attention, even social distance. I got a witness and you know we blitzing, but mind your business. Christian Wilkins on the line of scrimmage. Far from timid, pushing to the limit, revving engine. You know we gotta get it, Nick Nina. You know we gonna pick it, bang, get it. Take it to the business. Fins up till my life is finished. Say it with my chest cause I'm in it. A lie, no why, I admit it. New era, yeah, our division. A win streak, we just keep on winning. So I lose, tell them suck a limit. Bills with the Jets and the Wingers. Miami talk dogs where you hear me.
Back in the beast mode. AFC was trying to rap up the East Coast. Take shots, fall back, then reload. Get the powder, time to slap up these foes. Anytime we hit the field, then we must play. Any boys going hard, man, I must say. Try to stay on one route like the busway. Trying to eat teams up like a buffet. Eat the offense like a buffet. Eat the quarterback like a buffet. Eat the running back like a buffet. Eat the wide receiver like a buffet. Eat the O-line like a buffet. Eat the coach up like a buffet. Eat the fan base like a buffet. Stay on one route like the busway.
SoLo, SoLo, SoLo D. SoLo, SoLo, SoLo D.
Hey, what's up? Y'all know who it is, man. It's the Dolphins D. We already in here. Ready to turn up this year. He gon' get it.
Welcome to Hard Rock Stadium.
We gon' defend. We gon' defend. Homie, this side. And we gon' defend. Remember he say his squad. We gon' defend. We gon' defend. Homie, this side. And we gon' defend. Remember he say his squad. We got the whole squad with me now. Train to go. Come play games if you want to. Try to crash eyes, you done took the wrong route. We gon' crash in you like a stunt dude. Check y'all like 1, 2. Tap your head like your uncle. You wanna ride, stay buckle. It get loud down here, get wild down here. Turn the field to a jungle. Never disrespect the squad that's defended by a line. And some beasts on the feast on opposition. Another line in the back singing to the ER just in case you got through. The first line was tripping. But if for some reason it get crazy, I got watchers on the corner for my safety. Everybody here well coached. Change the weather under pressure, stay cool like an AC. Woo! But we still make heat. Woo! Was you trying to play me? me. We be 3 plus AD, but I'm a fool so low. Can't nothing break me. Be great, only way to do great things. Hit hard, only way to make a statement. Come up in our territory, make a payment. Or be in debt with your neck. We gon' defend, we gon' defend, we gon' defend, we gon' defend. Homie, this side, homie, this side. And we gon' defend, and we gon' defend. Let me hear you say, his squad, 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 his squad. We gon' defend, we gon' defend, we gon' defend. Homie, this side, homie, this side. And we gon' defend, and we gon' defend. Let me hear you say, his squad, 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 his squad.
I hit them boys. We throw them toys. That's saying that QB. We them boys. We the realest. We go gorillas. We out here, homie. You gon' feel us. Don't make me come down. In that box. Like I'm red. I'll knock your socks. Won't play y'all boys. Cause we some bullies. We'll take your cookies. Cause y'all some rookies. I'm in the building, me and Shot Jones. We do lane, we don't play zone. We play that man, so guard your hand. I see your eyes, you're scared
we
man.
Gon' defend, we gon' defend, we gon' defend. Homie, this side, homie, this side. And we gon' defend, and we gon' defend. Let me hear you say, his squad, 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 his squad. We gon' defend, we gon' defend, we gon' defend. Homie, this side, homie, this side. And we gon' defend, and we gon' defend. Let me hear you say, his squad, 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 his squad. Gang gang, 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 gang gang. You see him in orange and green? That's gang gang. You ready for Storm 18? That's gang gang. Gang gang, 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 gang gang. You see him in orange and green? That's gang gang. You ready for Storm 18? That's gang gang. That's gang gang. Reps since a juvenile, I be where they throwing up using crowds. You know how that school get down. Not taking no L's, we ain't losing now. Don't get it confused right now. I represent making these music sounds. They play me when they study in their dorm room. Request me an Uber now. I be screaming gang gang. Across the world, they be screaming out the same thing. We first to arrive and last to leave. We filling the sense of capacity. You know I won't change while you asking me. Be throwing this you to the casket deep. Be all on the field like Sebastian B. Rockin' Kane's well, I'm a fashion freak. Look, I be staying live on pipe down. Ask Dom life, it's a lifestyle. And like the mother schools, don't confuse us. We the only ones that really throw the you up. But Kane's fam turned up where you find me. Hit hard like I seen it go to Shanti. Try to reach a man D, they remind me that them Kane's right back in their primes. Gang gang, 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 gang gang. You see him in orange and green? That's gang gang. You ready for Storm 18? That's gang gang. Gang gang, 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 gang gang. You see him in orange and green? That's gang gang. You ready for Storm 18? That's gang gang. That's gang gang. That's gang gang.
SoLo D in the building, everybody. This is your boy Stephen D, and this is the Miami Sports Music Live. We are live to relaunch the new website here at Miami Sports Music. I'm so excited to be here with you guys. It's going to be a fun, wild out time. I got some amazing folks lined up tonight. We got a show. It's a little bit about an hour long. So I appreciate everybody being here. We got some huge announcements coming up. We got some new talent in the Miami Sports Music family. We're really excited about it. But without further ado, the co-host, my main man. Couldn't do this without him, and I wouldn't be here tonight without him. My man, Jamie. Jamie, what's up, brother?
What's up, Steven? You ready?
I'm ready, man. It's going to be a good time tonight here on Miami Sports Music. It's going to be good times. And, you know, the last few weeks, this man right here, Jamie, has been the hardest working man in Miami Sports Music for what you guys are about to see tonight. So I am pretty excited to talk to you all about it. Jamie, tell me what you've been doing for the last few weeks, man.
Man, we've been getting ready to put on the new clothes for this year, the new clothes for 2021. We've revamped Miami Sports Music. We got this all-inclusive website that's ready to go. I'm so excited to show this to everybody today, man. This is going to be the one-stop shop for everything Miami.
Definitely. It's going to be a good time. And you know what? We wouldn't be here at all if it wasn't for this guy right here, the one and only, the honorable SoLo D's in the building, everybody. What's up?
I didn't know we was ready, man. Listen, I saw Jamie's lighting, and I just want to redo my whole life. I see I need to redo the whole studio, man. He look like he in NBC or something, man. Hey, we got to put my game up, Steve. Jamie looking good over there, man.
Look, man, hey, Al Roker and Jamie Bahamas all day, baby, looking good in the light, man. I like it.
Line up and out, man.
All of it.
And look, for those of you who don't know, because there's some people in the chat room that's talking about it, Jamie is from 305sports.net, who we will be talking to a little bit later on tonight as well. And Jamie is now also our media director here at Miami Sports Music, and is hopefully going to take us to that. He is He's going to take us to that next plateau here at Miami Sports Music, and we're going to be doing things over the next few months that SoLo and I have been talking about for years, and it's because of Jamie that we're going to be able to do that. So, Jamie, we love you, man. We appreciate you being on board, and we're excited that you're here tonight.
It's all one love family, man. One family. You know how we do in Miami Sports Music.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Well, look, you know, without further ado, I mean, let's get to the real reason that we're here. SoLo D, several years ago, started out doing this thing called Miami Dolphin Music, and DWA, as you can see on the hat tonight. And basically, it kind of grew from there. And then we've had a couple of websites throughout the years, SoLo, and now, you know, Jamie and I and SoLo have kind of sat down and we're like, you know what, we're ready to do this thing on a bigger level. So, Jamie, kind of talk before I show everybody the homepage, your thought process into creating a website from scratch and something that nobody else is doing in sports, especially in South Florida, let alone in sports entertainment. Creating a website from scratch and something that nobody else is.
This is how it goes, man. It's basically when we were thinking about our vision and what we were supposed to do, we had to think about what is Miami. And the first thing about Miami is it's sexy. So we had to come with something that was sexy to lay on you. Then the next part we had to think about is this is Miami Sports Music, and Miami Sports Music is SoLo D. And you know he always comes with the fire. So I had to figure out a way to get that into it, that little bit of flavor so you know what you're getting. And again, the third part of it, the biggest element, the sports. Everything that happens in sports in Miami is going down on this website. And that's where we're talking about the partnership with 305 Sportsnet and a few other exciting announcements that I know you're going to let people know about tonight.
Well, look, if you all want to see, here we go. Without further ado, as we get ready to go, this right here is the home screen of the new Miami Sports Music website. And, you know, Jamie, I'm going to kind of play around with it, and you can tell me where to go, and I will be your mouse as we sit here. And you and SoLo ask questions. I know this is the first time you've seen a lot of this stuff, too, and so how we're going to kind of do this tonight is SoLo's going to talk on behalf of the fans as a fan, and Jamie's going to take us through this. So go ahead, Jamie.
So let's start here, right? When you open the website, when you come to our landing page, this is the first thing you're going to see. And you know what's so cool about this? This is our marquee. This is our billboard. You scroll through this and you're going to know whatever is the latest that's going down with Miami Sports Music. You're going to know what we're coming up with, what's exciting. You're going to know what's going on in the city of Miami. You're going to know if SoLo has some surprises for you. We might have some new artists that you're going to see popping up. You want to know what's going on? This is the first place you come. You check it every day for some fresh new content. This is our marquee. This is our billboard that you see the first thing when you come and land on the Miami Sports Music page. And in the backdrop, don't let it get lost on you. Look who's in the back. It's all about you, the fans. That's that Miami spirit, that Miami Heat, that Miami Dolphins. That's how we get down. So this website is all about you.
And that's important, man. That's the most important part, actually, man. Like I always like to stress, DWA is not about me, it's about us. Same thing with Kane Gang, same thing with Heat Squad, everything, man. It's just I found a way to put on for who I am. I'm a fan of all these teams the same way that everybody that's tuned in is a fan of these teams, you know? So I just like to represent us in that way. So DWA is not about me, it's about all of us.
And Jamie, as we scroll down here, we start seeing other things like upcoming events. For example, the next big event that Miami Sports Music is going to have is a virtual draft party. The first 2 nights of the draft, that Thursday and Friday night. So the details on that are still yet to come, but we are going to be doing a virtual draft party. But tell us about like upcoming events and the social media and SoLo D as we scroll down here.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing about it, right? You know, there's an energy that comes with Miami Sports Music. You know, if something's going down, we're going to add an extra flavor to it. So you want to know where Miami Sports Music is going to be. You want to know what the next hot event is. You want to come follow us. You want to come hang with us. Come to our webpage. Whatever we're doing is going to be right up there in the event section.
Yes,
and then we even got the photos by the fans here.
Hey,
Yeah.
and it's going to be a lot more events, man. You know, like over the years, we've done a lot of events, man, all the way from all over the country, man. Steven even represented us out in the UK. I didn't make that trip. Me and Ali couldn't make it, but, you know, West Coast, East Coast, we got all the different fan clubs. Shout out to Dolphins Orlando. Shout out NYC. Shout out everywhere, man. So I'm glad we finally putting that together, you know, to show everybody that love.
And then the bread and butter, as we keep on scrolling down, and we're going to get to the individual pages here in a minute, but that would be the DWA clothing line, the GOAT of Miami, that Heat gear, the pride. Look at SoLo being a model right there in the left corner.
Why
there.
not? Why not?
Look,
Huh?
tell us about, you know, getting the clothing up in the website and how that's going to go moving forward. And then SoLo, after Jamie kind of tells us a little bit about that, tell us about some ideas you have going forward with women's gear and men's gear.
So first, I'll kick it off and then toss it over to SoLo. So the cool thing, like we said, the Miami Sports Music website is everything Miami, and it's everything us, and it's everything fresh, right? So what's fresher than that DWA gear? Go get you some, right? So if there's anything new that's coming out of the studio, anything new that's coming cut that SoLo is pushing out there, the best place to come find it, you come to MiamiSportsMusic.com and you'll see whatever our new releases are out there. And if there's any special flash sales, you'll see them here too.
That's awesome. And then SoLo, you know, later on this evening, we're going to have Alley Cat on the program, Miss Doll Freaky herself. And, you know, I know she's partnering up with us and doing some stuff for the ladies on the DWA clothing line side. But tell us about, you know, you've had msmclothing.com for a couple of years now, and now being able to incorporate that into Miami Sports Music's website and how important that is for the brand.
Man, it's super important, man. Shout out everybody in the comment section. Shout out everybody tuned in. I see Kenny just say he got his stuff already, man. I've got all good feedback on those shorts. Right now, those are my baby, and I break it down as to why. Because I'm really trying to step into making Miami Sports Music more of an actual clothing line, you know, not just so much putting DWA in the middle of shirts. You know, we want to take it to different levels, man. Like really, like as Steve was just saying, we're starting a female line, a woman line, a kids line, and we're bringing in people to actually, you know, have the input, you know, that understand that type of clothing. So I want to have, I feel like for me, I like to rep all year. I don't care if football season's over, you know what I mean? But sometimes you might look crazy. I don't think you look crazy, but people don't really wear jerseys necessarily in the off season, you know what I mean? Unless it's throwback or it's 2002 or something. So it's like, with that being said, I want us to be able to still rep even in the off season. There is no off season for fans like us, you know? So like, I want to, you'll see more over time. But, you know, most importantly, I like for us to represent it in our own way. DWA, that's Dolphins with Attitude, Kane Gang. You know, like, it's a brand for us. I want us to be able to have casual gear, polos, button-downs, hats, all that type of stuff. So I'm excited about that, man. Music and clothing run hand in hand for me. So, you know, I'm excited about where we're going, and I'm excited about where we are right now. Shout out TPP. Shout out everybody in the building, Finsanity, Aaron, Tracy. God first, y'all already know it's going down.
All right, and as we scroll a little bit further down, we're going to talk on this a little bit more. But as you can see, and I'm not going to make the announcement quite yet because the guys are going to come on a little bit later in the program. but we are going to have a podcast network, the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. And so what I'll do is I'll briefly talk about that, just touch on it slightly before we really get into it later on in the hour. But I'm going to talk to you about Jamie's Talking About Them Dolphins, and also my new podcast show, Certified, a DWA podcast. So, you know, Certified is going to be a podcast that's dedicated to super fans for the Miami Dolphins. And the really cool thing about that is my first couple of guests I already have lined up is Finn Sticky's going to come on. I'm going to have Gorilla Luke come on, and a whole bunch of other people. And the really cool thing about that is it's going to give us an opportunity to meet a super fan behind the scenes, how they grew up, what it was like for them to become a super fan, and just how certified they are as a DWA fan. And that's what it's all about. So I'm excited about that. And Jamie, tell us a little bit about Talking About Them Dolphins, because I love talking about them Dolphins, and I love hearing you talk about them.
I know, man. That's what the beauty of the show was. When I was thinking about, you know, for a while, it's been a dream of mine to get the podcast thing going. And when it came to the concept of what I'm going to do, like, what's my show going to be about? And it's one thing we love to do is talk about them Dolphins, and we should never stop talking about them Dolphins. And that's what the show is, right? It's just me talking about whatever's on everybody's mind and getting it out for the week, giving my perspective on it. And you know what the cool thing about it? Remember I said at Miami Sports Music is all about the fans, it's all about you? One special nugget in talking about them Dolphins is I take notice of other people talking about them Dolphins. And every episode I shout out one of the fans out there that's talking about them Dolphins. So be sure to listen, because you could be mentioned on Talking About Them Dolphins.
All right. And as we keep scrolling down, we got the biggest partners. Honestly, one of the biggest reasons that this even came to fruition. And we're going to get in. I think, honestly, that'll be a great segue to kind of transition into 305 Sports. So, Jamie, talk about 305 Sports, what it's going to be like to have them come on and be partners with us, and honestly just provide some amazing news sports content that you can't get anywhere else.
Yeah, so I'm not going to get too deep into it because I know you have another little surprise.
I do. We're going to get them on here in a minute.
Okay, but all I want to say is that, man, when it comes to Miami sports news, there ain't nobody fresher than these dudes, man. If you want to know what's hot, if you want some positive stuff that's going on, you want to know about every sport. If it happens in Miami and it's sports, I don't care if it's the Dolphins. I don't care if it's high school. I don't care if it's the Canes. If it happens in Miami and it's sports, these 305 Sports guys got it. And they always have a nice spin. And it's a little bit of, it's somebody for everybody on 305 Sports. You got guys that they go deep in depth in statistics. You got guys that give you that color commentary. You got guys that give you player profiles. You got some guys, you got myself who likes to play it around and keep it, a little bit creative. So it's something for everybody on 305sports.net. So it's great to have a partnership with them in Miami Sports Music.
Well, look, we're going to kind of skip over. We were originally going to go into the music of the clothing, but since I got these guys already waiting in the wings, I feel like it's really important for me to kind of get them in here and kind of talk a little bit about 305 Sports. We got the owners, the founders, the creators. These two guys are absolutely amazing. Michael and Anthony, welcome to the podcast, guys. We are really excited to have you guys and be partners with us. Thank you for coming on, man. 305sports.net.
Yes, indeed.
Thanks for having me, guys. How are you?
Hey, we're good, man. Anthony, how are you, brother? Anthony's over there. That's great. Hey, look, Jamie, why don't you kind of take it from here a little bit and go back and forth on what you guys got planned for sports coverage and how this partnership will look going forward.
All right. First of all, Anthony, Mike, welcome to the building.
Yes, sir. Excited, man.
All right. So here's how I like to put this, right? I'm just a member of the machine of 305 Sports. These guys put me on. So I'm going to yield to them. You guys tell me about 305 Sports. Tell me about your baby, man. Tell about your baby.
Anthony, you'll have to unmute.
Oh, there we go. I thought I was unmuted the whole time. Apologies. I thought you heard me. Okay, so let me tell you about 305 Sports. So my brother and I, we've always been had a profound love for sports, and we knew we wanted to play sports. Wanted a future in sports, and we play basketball. So once we realized, we're not going to play college basketball, we said, what can we do to be involved? And we noticed that we're also good at writing, and we reflected that and started doing sports writing.
So wait, let me cut in there. So like somebody gave a joke to me the other day. They said that those who can't play write about it. Is that what you're saying?
Not exactly, because I think one of the things that's very different about us is that I've played against a lot of the guys I've written about in high school in terms of basketball. So like I've been right there. I'm not like there's a lot. I wouldn't lie. There are a lot of journalists that maybe have never touched a ball in their life. That's different. But I think I have like when I go into the high school games and I see who people write about, I have like the extra eye because I know what's not. So I think us being athletes at the same time, I mean, we're still even playing. We're playing right now. Like we know what to look out for, and it's even helped my knowledge. But to add to that, we started writing on a little app. We didn't even know what we were doing. Decided, we like Miami, all that. Let's make our own blog. I know Will. He gave us the name idea, and it just took off from there. At first, writing like 400-word stories for like 5 people. I mean, we thought it was like the greatest thing ever. 50 people read my article, 30, 20, whatever. It was like the best thing ever, and then we learned how to advertise, and it was just a process. 6 months in, we were still getting 50 viewers an article, 70, whatever. You learn how to advertise. You learn how to, how it works. Start connecting with people. I meet you on Facebook, and then, we bring.
So I got 2 questions for you, right? I got 2 questions for you. Can you tell the world why 305sports.net is the place? Like why it's better than there's a lot of places to go get your sports news from Miami sports, right? Why do people come to 305sports.net?
Well, I think we offer a little bit of everything. Heat, Dolphins, Marlins, Hurricanes, college, FIU. I'm credentialed at FIU, and high school sports. One thing I'm very proud of is how we built the high school brand. We're there, we're live at the flesh. Like we talk to all these guys. Even if we don't write it, we know what's going on behind the scenes. And like you only get that at subscription-based websites. And we offer this coverage for free. We try our best all the time to offer great stuff. Stories that maybe are more engaged for fans or more engaged for people that like numbers, people that like storytelling. We try our hardest. I know I talk to a lot of high school and college recruits, and I try to get their backstory. I try to tell their story, and it's something that you don't really see everywhere, and we bring it all into one website, and I think it's great.
Nailed it, man. Thanks, man. Hey, Steven, you out there?
I'm out here, brother. What's going on, man? I do want to touch on a little bit of what you said before you asked me. Look, it was really important. One of the very first things in the birth of redoing this was providing content to the fans that they couldn't get anywhere else, right? And I wanted people to not only see us as SoLo D and Miami Sports Music, but I wanted people to see us as an opportunity to get exclusive content and coverage of their favorite teams in South Florida, and 305 Sportsnet was doing it already. So the best part about the relationship and the partnership with what Michael and Anthony has done is be able to give, 2 amazing forces to join up and to just create this super brand of amazing sports coverage in South Florida. So Anthony and Michael, I'm so excited that you guys are on. I can't even tell you how excited I am to see what will be moving forward for what you guys have to offer to the fans of Miami sports music as well as 305sports.net. Jamie?
And one last thing I want to add about what these guys bring to the table. Everybody's seeing this beautiful, amazing website tonight that we're rolling out with the relaunch. It was me working with these guys in 305 Sportsnet, how we came up with the concept to lay out this fire design for everybody today. So that's the brilliance of working with a partnership with 305 Sports is going to bring. It's always going to bring that best in brand. It's always going to elevate us to that next level and do like what nobody else is doing out there.
Definitely. Hey, Michael, Anthony, before I let you go, man, look, we got the baseball season upon us. We got the Heat season in full swing. I mean, anything you guys want to talk about real quick about the Heat, man? They look good, man, and they don't even have everybody healthy yet. So it'll be really exciting to see what the Heat do coming up here, right?
For sure. You got Jimmy Butler coming back today against the Sacramento Kings. it hasn't been the ideal start to the season that was anticipated after coming off an NBA Finals run. But I'm excited. Personally, I'm excited. I had the opportunity to watch Duncan Robinson train during the summer to see how he progressed, how he's looking to add to his arsenal. I got the opportunity to talk to Tyler Hero's trainer during the summer, just to show me how he's developing into an all-star caliber player. So, it's a young future Miami. Looks like they're staying put in terms of who's going to be with the Heat. And, it's an exciting time. I know they're 6-12 right now, but, I'm still amped up for the season, and I'm looking forward to it.
Well, look, Anthony, Michael, I'm so excited that you guys are a big part of this thing. We wouldn't be here without you this evening, and I love you guys, and I really appreciate you guys giving us this amazing content and working together and us taking over all of South Florida, because I know that's what we're going to do here at 305sports.net and Miami Sports Music, guys. Thank you again.
For sure. Thank you, man.
No problem. All right. That was the 305sports.net team. Jamie, man, those guys are great, aren't they? Look, it was when we originally wanted you to come on to the show and be a big part of the Miami Sports Music family, you were bringing these guys along with you, and we were already interested in them anyway, so it all worked out great.
Yeah, man. Like, you just, when you get a good team, there's nothing you can't do when you have a good team behind you, man. And you've seen the work that these guys put together. They just keep amazing me every day. 305 Sports Net is where it's at. A couple of things before we get off the 305 Sports Net topic. I didn't bring this up before, but one thing that I love that I see from them, they keep it real, but the other part is positivity, man. The way they cover these athletes in Miami sports, they find that angle to be able to show the world, the positive aspects of what's going on in Miami, man. It's not always doom and gloom, and they find a way to do it while keeping it real. So much love to my team there at 305sports.net.
And SoLo, do you want to say, I know you were super excited to get 305 Sports on board, man. You were a big proponent to make sure that they came on and gave us something that we've never had before.
Now, listen, I can't stress enough. I do this for 305, man. Like I say all the time, Miami, everything. This is hometown base for me, man. So, it's for me, it's heavy, man. Because like I think they said it, but like they're dealing with high school recruits. You know what I mean? My high school is balling right now. FYI, Palmetto Panthers. You know what I mean? So like,
really,
they literally cover. Yeah, they weren't doing that when I was there, man. But listen, they literally cover every aspect of Miami, and that's what I've been wanting to do. Like Steve said, a lot of it's been falling on me just making music and all that, but we're taking this to a whole different level now, man. So I'm excited about all the new people coming in. I'm excited about all the positivity. I'm excited about, just having like-minded individuals around, man, that rep the same way that we rep, man, so we can put on for the whole globe.
I didn't know you had some Tim Tebow in you. I'm really excited about being excited to be here this evening.
You get me? And I don't even know what that had to do with Tebow, but I take it because he was right when he was being a Gator.
All right. Well, look, this is a great segue. So one of the very next things that, Jamie did was, one of the staples and anchors of this, relaunching of the website is SoLo D's music. And so if you go to the top of the page, you'll see music. We'll click on the tab and it'll bring us to the music page. So Jamie, kind of talk about what it was like to do this here. And then, obviously there's a whole bunch of different, outlets to go get Miami sports music and the Honorable SoLo D music. Tell us a little bit about the creation of the music page.
Man, this page right now, you know what you're doing to me right now. I'm ready to hear a solo song right now by you bringing the page up. But, when you get that feeling, that's what this page brings to you. So SoLo has a wealth of music in the bank already, man. And everything he got, you can come and find it here on this page. If you got that feeling for some new Dolphins music, it's here. If you got the feeling for that Kane stuff, it's here. If you got the feeling for the Heat stuff, it's here. And when the new stuff comes up, it's gonna be here. So it's all in one place. Because one thing that was so cool, right? And or one thing that everybody had to deal with, because I dealt with it as a fan too, right? SoLo's music is all over the place. So when you go here and you get some SoLo, and you go here, you get some SoLo, but now you got one place where you can find it all. So if you're looking to listen and get down and get your vibe on with some Miami sports music, this is the page to do it, man. So that's what this brings together right here.
Hey, look, if you're a big fan of Miami sports music as well as Solo D, this is an opportunity for you to find all the music in one place. Solo, tell us what it's like to kind of put all the music in one place now on a centralized location like the MiamiSportsMusic.com music page.
Yeah, man, I love it, man. Because I can't even keep up with it. It's crazy. I was just in the studio and I saw this song I was supposed to release preseason last year and I didn't release it. And I said something about the quarantine, so I don't even know if I can use it this year. But yeah, man, like I think what definitely for sure, I haven't counted in a while, but for sure, like over 200 songs. So y'all know I'm true to it, not new to it. And I'm just happy that it's all on there and that we can, you know, find it all in one place now, man. Jamie did a real good job with that. And like I say all the time, it's Miami everything. I know some people are Dolphins fans, not Canes fans, not Heat fans, whatever, even though you should be off. You know, I definitely want to have a place where we can section everything off. So if you are there for the Canes, then we got Canes music, Cane Gang. If you're there for the Dolphins, we got DWA music. If you're there for the Heat, we got Heat music. And we're going to bring on different artists to represent other teams as well.
Look, tonight, the MSM relaunch is the hashtag for tonight's show. So in your post, we want to hear from you, the fan. What do you like most about the new website, right? And what do you want to see more of? Because this is just the relaunch. This is just the beginning of what we're going to be doing here. This stuff is going to change. It's going to get better. It's going to get even bigger. And so we want to know what you guys want to see out of the MiamiSportsMusic.com website. So if you see something that you like, if you see something that you don't see that you want to see, let us know. Use the hashtag MSM relaunch. So we want to see that tonight. Put it in your comments section. And I appreciate everybody being on here tonight. What's up, Solo?
No, I'm reading the comments too. I'm trying to, make sure we show love to everybody that's in here. I see somebody represent Cal City, I see somebody talking crazy saying the Dolphins are garbage. God bless his heart.
We pray for him. Let's pray for him.
Yeah, we just represent. But it's like that sometimes. I don't know exactly who that is. I didn't read the name, but he might just be a Canes fan. So that's what I'm saying. With Miami sports music, will clash sometimes. There's some people that hate me, that like FSU fans that are big Dolphins fans. But when I drop that FSU, they don't like me then. So it's like we go to war on Saturdays and we back family on Sundays. So it's all good,
All right. Well, look, the next thing I want to go to is what the next tab is. And I know we got some guys in the wings from the fan clubs, and I want to get to them here in a minute. So I appreciate you guys waiting on hold. But I want to get into the Miami Sports Music clothing section here. And the reason why that's important to me is, at the end of the day, the DWA is the thing that's been driving, the brand for so many years. But Solo, I know Heat gear, Hurricanes gear, and now even women gear. And hopefully we're going to have Allie on in a little bit, about 15 minutes from now, and she's going to talk a little bit more about that. But, tell me about, having the brand all in one place here for the clothing line.
It's heavy. It's important, man, the consolidation. That's why I'm glad we're building a great team right now where everything can be consolidated in one place, literally, man, because we've been all over. I got msmclothing.com. We got a YouTube, we got SoundCloud, you got all this different stuff. So I'm glad now that people can go on here and find everything they're looking for. Obviously, we had a winter gear for the people up north. Even in Miami right now, it's cold. It's been averaging like in the 50s and 60s. So I love putting on hoodies.
That's so cold, Solo. That's so cold.
Hey, listen,
I know when I get Eric on here in a minute, he's going to say that's so cold too. And Wade as well.
Listen,
you guys are killing me. 50, 60 degrees. I wish it was
especially for averaging, like literally this whole month of January, it's been averaging like in the 50s and 60s. That's crazy. Like normally we'll get a day here, a day there. But the good thing about that is we get to put on the hoodies. We get to pull those out and still represent. So yeah, I definitely want all the different gear to show. The Go to Miami actually came from, that was a tribute to Dwayne Wade. We dropped, I think, 2 years ago when he retired. And what I did was I took that logo off because I don't think people liked it. But we're going to keep that Go to Miami thing, and we're going to actually name every Go to Miami and have it in different colors as well. So watch out for that brand in particular.
Jamie, tell us about creating.
Hold on one second. Save that question, Stephen. I want to go back to Solo real quick. Solo, yo, that custom hoodie, man. Talk about that. That's man.
The custom hoodie. So DWA. All right. So look, right now, let's keep it current, right? It's a possibility, even though I don't think it's gonna happen. But y'all know what the biggest story in Miami Dolphins Nation is right now: Deshaun Watson and Tua, right? If for some crazy, I don't want to say crazy, if for some reason that does happen, right? You know how many people went out and bought Tua jerseys? You know what I mean? So my only point, of course, never to knock that, but my only point is, listen, DWA, we don't get traded, we don't get waived, we don't retire, we here for the whole time. So when I put DWA custom gear, I like for people to be able to represent, you know, wherever they're from. We put your city on the front or whatever you want to put, your hometown, whatever. People get real creative with that. And we put your name and whatever number you want on the back. And that could never go bad. You know what I mean? Like,
I know,
that's just the reality of it. DWA, we here to stay. We don't get traded. We're not going anywhere. So that was my vision with the customs. And I love that, man. I love doing that. I actually do those myself. And, man, we're sending them everywhere, man. Literally, man. Amsterdam, Berlin, the UK, London, New York, California, but all different cities, not just the big cities. Iowa, Maine, it's crazy. So I really get to see that, and I love putting different cities on there, man, and different people's names. You can get creative with the names. You can put almost whatever. Don't put something super, super long because I think it looks crazy at that point. But people get creative with whatever they want to put on the back, man, or whatever number they want to put. Me, 99, that was actually my number when I played football, and that's my favorite Miami Dolphins player personally, Jason Taylor. But, you know, you pick whatever player you have, you know, like whatever number you want, and you can be creative with it. And you never have to worry about putting it on and like, oh, damn, this person only played for a year. Like, he's not really a legend, you know what I'm saying? So that was my vision.
Jamie, real quick, before we go into the DWA map, which I know a lot of people are excited about, including myself. That's the big one for me.
Shout out to
you know, tell me, what do you think about the clothing section here on the website, and what was your thought on the design of this, of just being able to have a drop down to go to the different sections, the women's section, the Cane section, the Heat, the Dolphins, and eventually that's going to grow too, because there's a lot of other teams in South Florida that we want to see that, you know, move to.
Yeah, so I'm going to keep it real with you, right? So I'm the newest member of the Miami Sports Music team. And, you know, us being the three faces of the brand right now, we all have our different personalities. So I'm going to say something right now. Yo, SoLo, right? The reason why he's so good at what he does is he just spits. He just spits fire. He just spits stuff all over the place, right? He just has an idea and it just starts flying, right? And I noticed that about everything. So his music was everywhere. His clothing was everywhere. It was good stuff, but it was like finding treasures all over the place. It's like, okay, I went to this website. Oh, that's fire. Go to this website. Okay, that's fire. You know, so my whole thing was, you know, I was bringing back the treasure hunt. We're not going to treasure hunt anymore, right? You want to get some fire DWA gear, you got one spot. You want to know what you wanted. I'm the type of guy, when I go to the grocery store, I'm not going through every aisle looking for what I want to go. I'm going in there for what I need. So my thought process was, I'm doing this like I'm shopping in the grocery store, right? I'm going, if I want some girls gear for somebody to go give a gift, I'm going to go drop into the ladies section. If I'm looking for something fire for me, Dolphins-wise, I'm going to the Dolphins section. So that was my thought process behind it. So it was kind of bringing that whole craziness that SoLo kicks out there, which we love. It was bringing it all together, man.
And listen, I appreciate it. I'll take that. I'm a Gemini. I'm true to it. I do a lot of different things, man. That's why I'm glad, you know, to have y'all on here. But I am kind of all over the place, you know. So it's all good. We bringing it together now, man. Shout out to Jamie for putting this together.
All right. Well, look, there's two things that I really want to get into, and I don't want to keep these two waiting any longer than they've been waiting. But before I get into that, the biggest thing for me, one of the biggest selling points of redoing this whole thing was the fans, right? And having the fans have an opportunity to get together is absolutely amazing. So what you guys are looking at right now is called the DWA map, all right? And worldwide, there's probably over 50 to 60 clubs, right? Official clubs of the Miami Dolphins. And so we don't have the 50 or 60 yet. We're still waiting from info from a lot of the people. But if you are somewhere, by the season kicks off, this thing will be fully up and going with all 50 to 60 official fan clubs. If you want to go up to the Dolphins of Southern New England, if you want to go out west and go see Wade out in Denver, you will be able to do that. If you want to go see NorCal up in Fins Up, SoCal Fan Club, you're going to be able to do all that. the Southwest Fins Fan Club, all these people, the Orlando Club, Rex over there, the Positive Porpoise. Shout out to Danny and all the people and Matt over at TPP, Nova Dolphins. We got who's over there? Angel. We got Angel over there, and then also, hey, look, we can't forget Dolphins NYC. We got them too, and the Dolphins fans of Boston, and Nova Dolphin fans. And so it's really exciting. So what I want to do is I want to bring in Wade and also Eric. Eric, what's going on, guys? How y'all doing?
Bring them up.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
What up, Sam?
Eric, what's up, man? How you guys doing? Eric, Wade, I'll start with you guys first. And Eric, I guess you can go first. What is it like to be able to have a map, a centralized location, to be able to say, hey, guys, look, no matter where you're at in the country, you can meet up with a fan club. And as somebody who runs a fan club, why is that important with other Dolphins fans?
I think it's very important. We have probably one of the biggest traveling fan bases, I want to say in the NFL. You go to any stadium and there's a large contingent of Dolphins fans there, no matter whether it be Gillette Stadium, NYC. We fill up three full sections. Denver, obviously COVID derailed, our plans for this past season. But you look at the schedule coming up where you got some hot spots being at New Orleans, at Tennessee, Nashville and New Orleans are going to be widely traveled by Dolphins fans. So being able to just go to the website, click the map to know this is where I need to go on Sundays. If I'm not going to the game or, this is where the pre-party is going to be, I think that's a help for any fan.
Wade, you're out in Denver, man, and you travel to a lot of the games. And sometimes you work, and your work will take you to different cities during the year. What is it like to be able to have a place that you can come to and say, all right, where's the closest fan club, and how do I get in touch with them? And now you have a place to do that has all their information.
No, it's great, man. And I apologize for the audio in here. I had to pull the last-minute shift to make this, but I mean, I could tell you, I've had Dolphin fans pick me up at the airport. You know what I mean? I've had Dolphin fans give me a place to crash, or vice versa. Coming out here, we started out here in Colorado a little under 2 years ago now. And we're already kind of going strong, and a lot of it was like almost by accident. You know what I mean? So being able to pop around, to connect with you guys, good to see you, Eric D. Love you guys. It's great to even keep in touch in the off season. I mean, Steve, we can get into a little more too. Do you want to stick on this, or do you want to talk about what me and you were rapping about?
Well, look, we're going to get to that in 1 second. You're going to be the segue to that. But before I let Eric go, because I know Eric's got a lot of stuff to do tonight. Eric, man, I first of all, I want to thank you for coming on this evening and talking about the DWA map. But I also know real quick, because we got Danny from TPP watching, that you got some stuff going on with DCC. The Dolphins Cancer Challenge. Tell us a little bit about what you guys have done and just a little bit about what you've been doing with that personally.
Yeah, absolutely. As you know, we're right in the height of every rider or participant runner doing their fundraising campaigns to raise money for the DCC. Myself, Dave Fazina, who is the president of Dolphins Southern New England, and Mr. Brad Lyons, K9 Brad, decided that we wanted to start a team this year. Basically, me and Dave had the idea of starting doing the ride virtually after he bought a Peloton. I own a Peloton also. Dave's mother-in-law is in a fight with cancer, and my father-in-law as well is in a pretty big fight. So it's a campaign that means a lot to both of us, and Brad's never going to turn away a chance to work out and raise the money for a good cause. So we started.
I have a question for you with what you just said there, and I had a question. This came up on the last show. So you mentioned a lot of the things with the Dolphins Cancer Challenge, right? People want to go out and ride on the street, but you mentioned a Peloton. Can you tell people how they can get involved, even if they can't go out publicly and do a ride participation?
So yeah, obviously the major part of the DCC is the ride through the city of Miami. I don't really know much of the route. I just know When we signed up, it offered a chance to do it virtually. As far as how that's gonna go exactly, they haven't really said, or if we're just going to, our plan between me, Dave, and Brad is we're gonna set up a Zoom and just broadcast it on, the Dolphins Southern New England page. We each have our own fundraising goals. And I'm laughing at Danny's comment. And every time I do a TPP live, I'm usually playing Call of Duty. So we're just going to do. We have a set mileage that we each signed up for, whether it be a 5 mile. I believe me and Dave are doing a 15 mile, and I think Brad's doing the 50 mile ride. And we're just gonna set up our lives and do it virtually. In a sense, we're just gonna ride and do our part. Obviously, it's tough to travel, down to Florida to go ride a bike. When I can just do it in my own home.
And that's why I asked, man, because I know a lot of people, myself included, didn't know how the virtual part played out, but that might get more people involved too if they knew how. So that's why I really wanted you to share that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, my hopes were that they were gonna maybe, team up with Peloton, obviously with it being the number one, cycling app or, cycling platform out there, was that maybe they would release a map, or obviously you can ride, you can go ride in Italy if you want, you can go ride in Germany. My hopes was maybe, the Dolphins Foundation would release the map of Miami and we could ride virtually that way. But if that doesn't happen, we have a contingency plan.
Well, Eric, hey, maybe we'll set something up for next year with the Miami Sports Music team and all the fan clubs and do something ourselves and make it happen that way with Peloton.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of teams that have approached up. Obviously, the TPP is doing an amazing. I believe they jumped in late and they're top 5 right now for fundraising, with I think over maybe $25,000 raised just in the Dolphins cancer fundraiser.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
I can't thank Danny enough. Danny made a sizable donation to each of me, Dave, and Brad. I woke up this morning to a $700 donation from Fins Up NorCal fan club. Made a $700 donation to each mine and Dave's campaign. So very blessed to be surrounded by great friends, and one of the best fan bases around.
That's awesome, brother.
Yep. Hey, man, look, Eric, we love you, man. I appreciate you coming on. And as always, brother, keep doing what you're doing. Stay in the fight. And we'll see you next time, brother.
For sure. Fins up.
Fins up, man.
Fins up.
All right. Hey, look, so I'm leaving Wade on here. And the reason that I'm leaving Wade on here is because I actually have some people in the wings that are going to come on here in a minute. But one of the things was the podcast network, right? And so the podcast network is something that I've been thinking about doing for years now. And, the number one thing that as a fan I've seen is I know a lot of fans want an opportunity to be able to hear coverage of their favorite teams from their favorite people. And Jamie and I will both agree to this, that the coverage in South Florida has never been what we think it should be, right? And one of those things are, when you see players like Sam Madison and, Patrick Surtain not get the national media attention that they should be getting, I always thought it was from the local media, and that's just the way that I feel. And not every person in local media is bad. Don't get it twisted. But I've always wanted to be able to have an opportunity to run a podcast or a sports network where people can go to talk about their favorite players, their favorite teams. And so this is going to give us an opportunity to do that. So real quickly, Wade, because I got to get these other guys on, you're going to be doing a show that we haven't got up here just yet, but you have a brand yourself called WW. What would Shula do? WWSD. What would Shula do? Tell us a little bit about what you got going on with that podcast and your excitement to come onto the network here.
For sure, Steve. So I don't want to step on the DWA merch. I'm running a little behind, or I'd be wearing it myself, which I normally am. But we have merchandise too. We'll plug it from time to time. We'll probably do some promos and giveaways and stuff like that. But the big difference that you're going to get from me is we talk about Dolphins with attitude. I'm the attitude, right? So we're not just going to talk about we won the game yesterday, right? We're going to talk about which offensive lineman ain't holding his own in run blocking and pass blocking, right? We're going to talk about who's getting burned in the secondary. We're going to talk about what contracts aren't being earned, right? And who we need to move on from. We're going to look at draft prospects. We're going to dispel some of these rumors, some of these players we're looking to trade for and why it doesn't make sense, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Come on now. So yeah, we're going to go in. We're going to have some fun. I'm an amateur comedian, so hopefully there are going to be some laughs along the way. And I'm actually going to be launching a separate show, not necessarily Dolphins related, that we may allude to from time to time, but that's a little bit down the road. But yeah, man, I mean, we're going to have an in-depth analysis of every game, right? What went well, what went wrong. There's a couple games last year that some of these Dolphins fans out there that already know me, heard it from me, but we're celebrating wins that were sloppy and ugly, right? That we shouldn't be celebrating. And we had a couple losses that we played really well. Maybe just didn't have the talent on the field because of injuries or whatever it is. So we're gonna have a lot of fun, man. We're gonna bring a lot of people on, but we're gonna keep it real. We're gonna keep it honest, right? Yeah. And that's really it, man. And I like.
Hey, look, man, we're excited for it, man. I'm excited to see you, and I appreciate you coming on, taking some time out of your day, brother. And we will see you. We'll talk more. We'll get you on to the channel, and it's going to be a good time, man. Thanks for coming on, Wade.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. I'll talk to everybody soon. Fins up.
No problem. All right. Hey, look, I had Wade on, so Wade was a good segue into this, but one of the biggest things, and if SoLo's here, I'm going to bring SoLo back on, but one of the biggest things that I can remember doing, and SoLo can attribute to this, is we always wanted the opportunity to have a centralized location for fans to come and express their griefs, right? And talk about, what's going on and have this thing. And then Jamie and I over the last few months have, and there's two guys that have been doing it correctly for that time. One of them just dropped off. I'm trying to get him to back on. I don't know if it's the channel or not for me, but I know I got the other guy here. And so I want to bring him in because it's a big deal. Let me actually minimize this screen here and let me bring on, without further ado, I think him, along with the other person that's coming on, I'm so excited that they're joining the Miami Sports Music family. It is a big deal. He's already doing it big on his own YouTube channel with over 20,000 followers. Subscribers, and honestly, he's a good guy. Like, he's a family man. He just had a kid. There's nothing about this guy that can't be said that he can't do. So I'm really excited to introduce to the Miami Sports Music family, who will still be doing his own thing on his channel, but simulcasting with us and also doing exclusive content for us, Mr. Dougley Durong. Dougley, what's up?
What is up, fellas?
DW.
What's up, Solo D? I've been listening to you from afar, my man. I've been loving what you're doing.
Yo, listen, I didn't even know who Steve was talking about, man. That's all right. Let me tell y'all a quick thing. Sometimes, man, it's hard to get motivation, especially when we lose for that weak song, right? Man, listen, I go to Dougley's channel, man, and see what his breakdown was of the game. I get a lot of content from him. I never said that, but I'm saying that live right now, man. I go on his channel, man, to get motivated, man. Sometimes when I can't come up with stuff when I'm having writer's block, man. So
dude,
big shout out to you for that, man. I love that deep dive. I love what you got going on over there, man.
Dude, that's awesome. I had no idea.
Yeah. we over here building relationships over here.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know it.
So, Dougley, man, why I got you on, man? Let me talk. We briefly talked. But from a public standpoint, now that this thing is official and consummated, what are you excited about coming out to the Miami sports music, scene with us for, and why did you want to be, with the family, as we put it, and honestly, man, you're doing your thing over at DDW. We love what you do, so we're really excited about that, man. Just tell me a little bit about the decision that went into to come on board, as well as what you have in store for the future.
Dude, it's just the dedication, the love, the you guys. It's just it felt like a family. It felt like I was being adopted into a family, and it felt good. And it's mostly the dedication, the love for this team. It wasn't, you guys aren't doing this just to make a buck. You guys aren't doing this just to get popular, become famous. It's this love of the Miami Dolphins, of the Dolphin fans, of the community, of everything, you know, doing charity work, all that stuff. And I was like, I gotta join. You know, Steven, you hit me up. You were like, what do you think? And I was like, we had a great conversation. It's funny. It's a little behind the scenes. Me and him, we're supposed to just talk for about 20 minutes and like an hour and a half, hour 45. Me and him were just chatting it up. And that's when I was like, yeah, man, if I could talk to him this much, I could definitely be a part of this stuff. And I love it. I'm very happy and very excited.
That's dope, man.
Jamie, I know you were really excited to bring on guys like Douglas Durong, as well as for some reason I can't get him on at the moment. We also got TD Finns talk in the building. He's going to be on the squad too.
So yo, Steven, what I gotta say, man, is we talked about this before. When you start building a good squad, this is what happens, right? When you start bringing good people together, let's talk about the Dolphins for a second, right? Brian Flores came to town and he started doing stuff. And look what happened. Players want to come. Players are causing all kind of rumors and stuff because they want to come to Miami, right? You see what you did here? Miami Sports Music, this family we got going, and it keeps growing, man. I listened to Douglas Durong's show, and, man, it just, what we're doing with Miami Sports Music is something for everybody. You know, his show has a different vibe than what we got with TD Finns Talk, but love that too. That's going to be sweet for people. We have a few other voices coming out there. Our voices are going to be out there. So this is just, it's organic and it's just flowing, and I'm loving it right now, man. The energy, this is going to blow. It's going to blow. It's blowing up, man. And it's I'm loving it.
And most important, like Douglas just said, it's authentic. Like, I can't stress that enough, man. Steve wants to kill me sometimes because I'm super, probably what he would call professional, man. Like, it's a lot of stuff he tries to get me to do that I'm like, no, we just got to be, like, super, like, authentic, man. Because, like, I don't like to be treated like a superstar. I don't like to be treated like anybody special. None of that. You know that if you've been to games with me, it's weird. People
5 minutes around you would know.
Your autographs, like, I don't even know how to embrace that, man. Like, I literally look at everybody the same, man. Like, when I see somebody wearing these colors, and to keep it Miami Sports Music, same thing with the Canes, same thing with the Heat. But when I see anybody wearing these colors, you're automatically family. You know what I mean? And it's a lot of things that could come in and divide, but, like, literally, I've been watching people grow up, man. I took pictures with, like, Brad's daughter, for example, man. She just graduated high school. She's going to college, but I got a picture with her like 8 years ago. She was like a kid, man. I'm watching kids grow up. We're watching people get married. We're watching people have babies, man. And it's like, it's really a family. So I look at DWA like a family, man. And I love, that's the one of the good things about social media is how it brings people together, man. Like I said, we're putting that map together. It's literally some kind of fan club, almost definitely in every major city, but even small cities. So, and we have contacts with a lot of those people. So I'm glad we're able to put that together. A lot of times people hit me in the DM, SoLo, you know anybody in this city, this city? So I love the fact that we're going to have that map and we can refer people that way. If you come up here, everybody knows when you come down here to Miami, y'all can hit me up. Y'all know where to tailgate. Y'all know it's our family. It's always vibe. So I'm glad we're putting all that together and organizing it, man, to something greater. But like I said, it's all authentic. We're all fans. That's the first and the most important thing. So.
Hey, and I'm glad you brought back up the map. Steven, sorry to take us back for a second, but something you didn't show on that map. The UK had a flag on there, man. So the one thing we didn't mention is no matter where you are in the world, Miami Sports Music is bringing you together. If you're traveling somewhere, check out our Day Brothers, and it's going to keep filling out. So that's one beautiful thing too, man. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah, man. As you can see right here, shout out to Wayne Collard and the Finns Nation UK fan club. We love you guys over there. I'm pretty sure you guys are asleep right now over in the UK, but that's okay, man. They're gonna wake up and see the podcast and be like, they shouted us out. But
Australia, Germany's
got a great fan club that loves
4 a.m. to watch games.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, literally, people in high school, like, I'm late to school the next day, but I stay up till 4 a.m. to watch games. It's crazy. Like, so I'm glad we're going to have everything come together,
Doug, before I let you go, man, I just, kind of briefly want to touch on this. I'm hoping to get TD on. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but what is it like to be teamed up with TD a little bit now? Because we're all on the same squad, we're all on the same team. And then the second question, because they're two separate questions, you know, what was it like growing your brand at DDW and how you've seen it come from the idea to what it is today?
Yeah, man. Working with TD is just, it's going to be a blast. You know, when I first started doing this stuff, me and TD hooked up a bunch of times. Super, super cool guy. I call him a brother from another mother, and I have never seen this man face to face. Him, Great One Devore, who's in the chat right now, even K Flexin, all us Dolphin YouTubers. You know, we connect together constantly. I have them on my channel. I go on their channel, constantly helping each other out. So the fact that we got TD with us right now is just, it's going to be a blast. And me and him are two different types of formats, but me and him are the same type of personality where we like to bust each other's balls. And he has a different ideas of things, and I have different ideas of things. And Steve, I know we were working on some concepts that are going to be real good that people are going to be excited for.
Good times.
But it's going to be fun. But bringing up the brand, you know, I started this 3 years ago. I have a degree in media. So I have my bachelor's degree in film and editing and all that stuff. And my channel originally started as just doing edits, just doing shorts and stuff like that. But in 2018, you know, it was the year we traded Jarvis Landry. I was like, I got to talk about this. I got to talk about us trading Jarvis Landry. I got to talk about this. No one. And then I noticed every time the Dolphins won, Patriots struggled here. This team struggled there.
Right.
No one gave credit to this Dolphin team. And I'm up in Jersey. And I'm like, I got to deal with the Jet fans. I got to deal with all them. And they're, we went to back-to-back AFC championship games. Yeah, but you lost.
Because Jets suck.
My channel, and for the past 3 years, been rocking it and loving every minute of it. Hopefully soon this is my career. Hopefully soon this is my job. Very excited. Very, very excited.
Look, before I let you go solo, Jamie, do you guys want to say anything else before I get Dougley out of the building here?
I said it, man. I love what you're doing. Like I said, you've inspired a few songs, man, like literally, because I'm going to be honest, and I don't even know if I should say this. Some of the press conference, I have to now, yeah. Some of the press, I love Flo, right? I love Flo. I can't watch his press conferences, man. They're kind of boring, you know what I mean? So I feel like Dougley go in and do his work. He actually writes notes, you know what I mean? He's like, I took notes on this, I took notes on that preseason, all that kind of stuff. So he actually puts a lot of work into that, man, from what I've seen. And I go in there and get it from him, man, because I can sit back and watch his show. Like I'm in there listening to it and it's content, man. So yeah, I want you to definitely know that, man, live in front of everybody, man. I fed off some of your stuff, man. Same thing with TD, same thing with K Flex, and that's why I'm glad you named them. I love the whole organization, man. I love, like, you know, that's it. I said that enough.
And the last thing I'll say to that is, man, this is what the vision is. Miami sports music. If you want whatever is the best when it comes to Miami sports, you only got one place to go now. You go to MiamiSportsMusic.com and you got Dougley Do Wrong, you got TD Finstock, and you got whoever else is up and coming. That's how we do it here at Miami Sports Music.
Definitely. Look, Dougley, man, I appreciate you coming on, and thank you for being here, and thank you for being part of a team. We got a lot of big things coming up, and we got a lot of great content to make, so it's going to be good times, man.
Yes, certainly, man. I'm very excited. This is going to be a blast.
All right. Thanks, Doug. I appreciate it, brother.
See you guys later.
All right. I know we're working up against the clock, but I got somebody on the line here. And this young lady, this amazing woman, Miss AKA Dolph Freaky.
Bring him out.
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
Actually at a dinner right now, so she made some time to step out to come and talk to us. Dolph Freaky, you know, real quick, turn your phone sideways. That way we get the full picture of you. You know, tell us a little bit about what you got going on. Don't give too much away. But we know that you and SoLo are going to start working on some clothing line together for the ladies. You're at Boat Campers. I didn't even know you were at Boat Campers.
You see that? That's
okay.
My lunch or my dinner was at my fan club hotspot.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about the clothing line and the excitement of working on the DWA women's gear.
Yeah, so this is super awesome. I've always wanted to do a clothing line, and you guys really like invited me in, and I'm super excited to be able to help you guys out and also kind of like accomplish my dreams. And I'm working with one of my best girls, Carrie Cooper, on some really cool stuff. So we have a lot of really exciting ideas coming up, and I just can't wait to start revealing them. But yeah, definitely stay tuned. This is all about the ladies, getting some really cool like game day, workout gear, everyday like kind of stuff too. So it should be pretty cool.
SoLo, I know you've been doing stuff for women's clothes for a long time. And the good thing about now having somebody like Dolph Freaky be able to be a big part of that, what is it like to bring her on board, as well as and Kerry as well? Shout out to Kerry. What is it like bringing those two into their minds, their brains, their thought process, and making something that's exclusively for the ladies?
I mean, listen, in all honesty and with all due respect, you make it the prototype of them in mind. You know what I mean? Like, listen, the stuff I tried to put together, I definitely had them in mind, and definitely got, they take some of the best pictures for it. So, yeah, but I'm not a woman. You know what I mean? They're professional at what they do, and they're good at what they do. So I'm glad that we can actually have the real perspective of what they would want to wear and what other women would want to wear and represent the way we represent. And I know they're true to it. They definitely DWA, definitely represent attitude. They definitely represent diehard Dolphins fans, And so it's once again authentic. That's the number one thing. I would never deal with any artists, any clothing people, if they're not actually a Dolphins fan. So the fact that we're actually able to put this together, this team together with people that are actually Dolphins fans, that lets you know, once again, it's not just about media and trying to be famous. Everything is authentic. Like literally, we really go hard for the team. So anything that comes out from Miami sports music, it's coming from an authentic place. And that's one of the blessings about having Ali and Carrie on. So I can't wait to see what they have in store.
Yeah, and we're really like kind of focused on like good quality clothes, like things that you just can't buy. Like you can't just buy this stuff anywhere. Like this is coming from real Dolphins fans, like who love to dress up in different gear, and we want to make sure it's quality too, and rep the name.
And then the best part about all of this, with the relaunch of MiamiSportsMusic.com, again, one place where you can find everything. You got the clothing, you got ladies' clothing, featured new hot stuff you can't get anywhere else. You come to MiamiSportsMusic.com and it's there. So if you're looking for anything to get your vibe on Miami-wise, whether it's the music, whether it's the fashion, whether it's the news, MiamiSportsMusic.com, man.
Yes, indeed.
We got it all. Ali, before I let you go here, I know you're riding with DCC and TPP. I see you're down with TPP. And, SoLo, you might have to do a remix on that, brother.
I've been thinking about it for years.
You might have. I think Danny would love that. You down with TPP? Yeah, I think that might work.
He's gonna cut that tonight.
I've been brainstorming that for a while.
Tell us about riding for the Dolphins Cancer Challenge and the TPP team.
Yeah, so I'm proud to be TPP. So I was super excited when they asked me to come on and be a part of the ride. So I've never done anything like this before, but I've always wanted to do the DCC. It's kind of, a cause that's really close to my heart. My mom had breast cancer twice, actually. So the first time was before I was born, but the second time was actually when I was in high school. And so, it just really kind of turned my life around. Like, I just didn't know if I was going to have her as a part of my life today. I didn't know what was going to happen to our family. And it was just a really uncertain time for us. And so it was rough. But thanks to all the people who have contributed to cancer research, my mom and her amazing team of oncologists, they beat it. And so she's still with me today. I'm going to get a little emotional because I just love her so much. But because of that and because of the donations from people towards DCC and things of the like, and even through her treatment, it wasn't through University of Miami, but they do such amazing work that I just had to be a part of this in some way. So I couldn't say no when they asked me. And so I'm doing the 15-mile bike ride. So I'm just kind of training a little bit because I'm not really a biker, but we'll see how this goes.
Neither is Eric,
Yeah.
but Eric's got it. Neither is Eric.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we can do it, right?
Got the gentleman there just a little bit there. Just a little bit. All right, well, look, though, Freaky, I know you and I are going to get together in the coming weeks, and SoLo and Kerry, and it's going to be big. So be on the lookout. We're going to be on the lookout. I know the fans are going to be on the lookout. It's going to be amazing. At TPP, Danny just wrote, bless you, Allie. He's out here watching it and everything. But we love you. We appreciate you. And thank you for taking time out of your dinner to come on and be with us.
Of course. Thanks, guys.
No.
Fins up.
Fins up. All right, look, this has been, an amazing little over an hour. I appreciate the squad. We weren't able to get quite to everybody that we wanted to due to some internet issues, and that's okay. That's the what is it? What do they say, Jamie? That's television.
It's showbiz. The show must go on.
Show must go on. But that's all right. Look, I want to stay as the stream kind of comes to an end here. I still want to know what people are interested in. So you look in your comments, use the hashtag MSM Relaunch, all right, for tonight's show. And in the post, we want to hear from you, the fan, on what you like most about the new website, as well as what you would like to see. Because tonight, we had the amazing opportunity to look at the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network, to look at the DWA map, right? You also, the last thing that we didn't even really get to, there's a place that you can find all our social media content up here too. Our Facebook page, our Twitter page, our YouTube page. And so that's just an amazing thing. And I know SoLo's going to say it here in a minute, but it's good to echo it. Jamie, you did absolutely an amazing job, man. Seriously, bro, you put on something that SoLo and I have talked about for a decade now. And it just looks awesome. And the best part is it's going to get even better. And I appreciate the love, but it's teamwork, man. As a team, we all do our part. And that's why this is so amazing, right? I do me, you guys do you, and we do we, man. So I appreciate it, man, but love you guys.
All right.
SoLo, man, look, you've been talking about this for years, man. We got clothes. We got news. We're eventually even going to have food and art. And this thing is going to grow into something that we've never quite seen before. And the podcast network's going to grow. Tell me, man, what's your thoughts, man? What are you feeling right now?
It's the city. Speaking of food, shout out my dog Gorilla Luke just came in this thing. He refuses to go to the gym. He refuses to get on a diet. And I love him for it. You know what I'm saying? He represents that, Y'all should have had Luke on here. But listen.
I tried to get him on. He wasn't home. I tried to get him on.
And shout out Great Wonder Boy. I gotta check this stuff out. I'm hearing it now. So listen, this is what you just said. It's everything coming together, and it's timing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm big on outside of sports right now. My whole walk in life is big on the journey and just appreciating it instead of stressing about the end result. So I don't even care that it's been 10 years and everything was scattered all over. It's where it's supposed to be right now. We had the right people, and we're just going to make it happen the way it happens. Because me, I like rapping. I think I'm the best rapper ever. You know what I mean? But that's not it. Like, it's so much more we have to cover. You know what I mean? There's a lot more talent that we want to bring on. I'm actually about to do something with TD. We're talking about doing some music. So I want to bring other artists on. I want to bring other genres on. I understand, like, a lot of people for years have told me they do not listen to rap. They only listen to SoLo D, and that's because I make Dolphins music. You know what I mean? So I want to get them too. I want to make some Dolphins rock music. I want to make some Dolphins pop music, all that kind of stuff too. So all the different sports, we're going to put that together. I want to start collaborating with different artists and just take it to a different level, man. My whole goal was to represent, you see the why I take people's beats is to take a record that was already a hit record and make it hit for the Dolphins. You know what I mean? Make it hit for the Canes, make it hit for the Heat. So now, of course, we want to do more original content, but still keeping that same vibe, just making hit records, man, and like appreciating different artists. So I want to bring other artists on. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about the closing part of it. I'm excited about the podcast. I can't wait to sit back and listen to it. Shout out to Touchdown with Dub. Matter of fact, everybody follow him. I just did a podcast with him 2 days ago. He's dope, man, with what he does. It's not just Dolphins related. He does all sports related, but he just had your boy on there. So he represents, and he's a diehard Dolphins fan that's been around the world. So definitely check that episode out. And like that, sure enough, we just want to collaborate with other people, man, like-minded people, good energy, good vibes. And everybody represents Dolphins, everybody represents Canes, everybody represents the Heat. And even if, like Gorilla Luke's a Celtics fan, you know what I mean? But I still love him. I love him even more because the Heat just beat the Celtics in the playoffs. You know what I mean? So he can't even say nothing to me. You know what I mean?
Except the 72 Dolphins, we can't all be perfect.
So yeah, man, like I just like having fun. I like creating vibes. Anybody that's ever been around me, I just like having fun, man, and just appreciating life. So I'm glad, we have a team of people that's on that same vibe, man. We're just gonna take it to the next level, man. Let's go.
Look, guys, it's an amazing privilege to have the opportunity to have this platform to bring Dolphin fans together from all over the world. And that's what MiamiSportsMusic.com is all about. So look, this podcast on the YouTube channel, when this thing gets on there, we want you to share it. We want you to show your friends. If you know of Heat and Panther and FIU and Hurricane podcast, any of those, reach out to me at Stephen D SKPL. Okay.
We're gonna meditate about FIU. Okay, I understand it's Miami. We all had to collaborate. All right, we gotta meditate about that. I gotta do some woo sign. I do love FIU. Don't get it twisted. I know a lot of people that almost went there. It is Miami. They are a great staple, but they just beat us 2 years ago. I don't know about necessarily having them on this channel. We're gonna talk about that. All right. But shout out to FIU as a school and all the students. You know what I mean? But we gotta talk about that.
And as the chef just did. You need to, you know what, Solo? I need you to tell them. Tell them that they need to subscribe right now to the channel.
You should already be subscribed. Don't play yourself. Don't play the people around you. All right? Subscribe, but don't just subscribe because this is how these boys got tricky with the little algorithm and all that. You have to cut on the notification bells. Everybody that's subscribed doesn't get the videos when they drop. People always like, hey, Solo, tag me when the video drops. Y'all don't understand. I'm certified ADHD. I took Ritalin as a kid. Like, it's real. I cannot tag all these people. I've been running 5 different social media pages. I can't. People think I'm Hollywood or something. I'm ignoring their messages. I can't keep up with all this. So you need to subscribe and cut on the notification bells. So when something drops, it comes to your phone. I cannot send a video to everybody every time it comes out. You know what I mean? So please hit the notification bell and subscribe and share it with your people when you see it, if you appreciate it. If it's garbage, then don't share it. But I don't put out garbage. I put out we 10 years heavy, 200 songs in, and you know what I'm going to do.
Hey, Solo, are you down with TPP?
Yeah, you know me. Hey, Shake Money. I saw you say that. Listen, don't get it twisted. I play basketball at FIU. I used to battle rap up there. I love FIU. It's a staple in Miami. But it's Kane game. I can't play these games, and then y'all just beat us 2 years ago. So I can't have that. I have to pray about that. It is a staple in Miami, and it is Dade County all day. Ooh. But I can't. Come on, y'all just beat us. I don't know. All right, we got to pray. We'll pray about it and talk about it. But shout out to FIU. Get your education, all that good stuff.
All right, guys. Jamie, brother, I could not have done this without you. I can't thank you enough. God has blessed us with the opportunity to have you come on board and be part of the family. But brother, man, thanks so much for doing this and building this. This is something better than I could have ever even imagined. And I know it's going to get better. And Solo, look, man, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for meeting at Buffalo Wild Wings 10 years ago and having a vision of this, man. And if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here this evening. So thank you, man. You're the man, brother.
Hey, listen, and right back to you, and thank you. And if it wasn't for Jamie, I wouldn't be about to go on Amazon after this to find out what kind of lighting he has, so I can get that kind of lighting in my. I've been trying to move this little light around. I need to know everything you got going. I need the camera, all that, because next time we do something live, I'm trying to shine like, man, he got everything to line up. He went, man, come on, listen. I need that.
I got you, homie. I got you.
All right, guys. Hey, look, make sure you subscribe to the Miami Sports Music YouTube channel that you're watching on right now. Make sure you share this with everything. As Ali just said, make sure you go follow the Jamie Bahamas on Twitter. Oh, yeah. He's a great follow. Make sure you follow TPP because they got it all. And guys, I'm Stephen D, SKPL, spread kindness, positivity, and love. Thank you guys so much for being here this evening. This was an awesome time. And MiamiSportsMusic.com.
Hey, Steven.
That's where
you got some music to take us out to, man?
Oh, I could definitely do that while Solo's saying something. I can get that ready.
I was just gonna say, Dolphins going to the Super Bowl, Canes going to the championship, Heat's going back to the championship, and the Panthers going to, and the Marlins. Marlins just went to the playoffs for the first time in a while. So just make sure y'all understand, I am here for the trash talk. I battle with anybody. If y'all know any artists that want to go toe to toe with this Miami stuff, tell them let's do it. All right. We don't want all the friendly and positivity stuff too, but don't get it twisted. We can go toe to toe and have fun with it and keep it family friendly. All right.
Yo, on my sign out, MiamiSportsMusic.com. Go there, go be about it. That's where you get everything, man. Yo, love you guys.
Rest in peace, Kobe.
Good night, everybody. Be good. MiamiSportsMusic.com. Make sure you check us out.
Go hard to stay home. I'm not with a message be pursuing that actively. Can't nothing catch me. Call it that mamba mentality. 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 Pursuing that actively. Can't nothing catch me. Call it that mamba mentality. Through the storm, out through the pain. Go harder than a moving train. Every now and then take a loss. Double back like a boomerang. In the field, I gotta move the chains. On the court before I shoot an aim. Exceeding these expectations. Day-to-day preparation. Opposite of hesitation. Show up till they close up. I go overtime for that payment. But them dollar signs can't tame me. See my passion drive me like an Aston Martin. I can't ask for no favors. If they don't give it, we take it. Mine stay solid, can't break it. Moving the lane like Kobe. Do not complain like Kobe. Work hard like Kobe. Earn scars like Kobe. Come to the feast, I fill up my plate. You wait on your food, I cannot relate. No 24/7, go 24/8. No 24/7, go 24/8. Like, put work in my strategy. Develop a masterpiece. I strike with no fear. That's in my anatomy. Go hard to stay home. I'm not with a mattress be pursuing it actively. Can't nothing catch me. Call it that mamba mentality. 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 Pursuing it actively. Can't nothing catch me. Call it that mamba mentality. Who that? So low.